Gorillaz, the coolest and my personal greatest band of all time, have released their 8th studio album titled Cracker Island. Let me give you some background on the band. The Gorillaz are a band made up of band members Stuart 2D Pot, the lead vocalist and keyboard player, Murdoch Nichols, the bass player, Noodle, the band's guitarist, and Russell Hobbs, the band's drummer. I think the coolest thing about the group is that they are actually a virtual band created by Damon Albarn and Jamie Hewlett in 1998 in London, England. Damon Albarn is an English musician and producer, while Jamie Hewlett is an illustrator and a comic book artist. The two met each other in the 90s and became good friends. Albarn in the 90s was the lead singer of a popular English rock band called Blur, which to many was the rival band of the famous band Oasis. The band was created as a commentary on overly produced pop music acts, that is, the band of the Gorillaz. One evening, Albarn and Hewlett were chilling and watching MTV when Hewlett made the remark, "If you watch MTV for too long, it's a bit like hell. There's nothing of substance there." So we got this idea for a virtual band, something that would be a comment on that. And in that moment, the Gorillaz were born, and they have gone on to transform the music industry forever, redefining how endless the possibilities are when one uses the power of imagination. Since I was a little kid, I've always been fascinated with animated cartoon characters along with having a love for music. So one day when a 7-year-old me was watching MTV and a music video called Feel Good Inc. came onto my television screen, I was completely sold in that moment. The unique sounds of music that the Gorillaz make is something that you can only hear and get from them. That's another thing that I love so much about the band, is that if you try your hardest to define what genre the Gorillaz are, I doubt you would be able to. They are so multi-dimensional. They make rock songs, hip-hop songs, pop songs, I mean you name it. The Gorillaz probably do it, or they have done it. They're always thinking out the box. Their distinct sounds, lyrics, and visuals make them stand out from everything pop and mainstream that saturates the modern market and that we are subjected to. They are truly a breath of fresh and real air in the industry, always coming up with something fresh and innovative to watch and listen to. Yes, the Gorillaz make really incredibly good music, which is one of the main reasons why I have been such a huge fan of the band since 2004. But I think the biggest reason is the use of creativity, storytelling, and innovation in their work. All the albums that the group has produced and released are conceptual albums that follow a greater theme that is represented with the music and visuals of that album. I'll make a separate video on the concepts behind their different albums, along with the stories that inspired the different characters that make up the band, because they are so fascinating and interesting. That is the genius behind the Gorillaz that I find so valuable. Their ability to give commentary on real societal issues and the landscape of pop culture at the time, with interesting takes, innovative methods, and colorful ways on describing and making commentary of these things that are going on in the world. The ability to create an entire virtual reality that talks and deals with the real things happening in the real world is an art form which I highly appreciate and will always admire. To be experimental, to take risks, and to push things forward, to go against the grain, and just to be comfortable with being different. That's why I think the Gorillaz are the greatest band of all time, and you can definitely fight me on that.